Welcome
Welcome
to Shade
to
and the
Shade in the
City.
City.
I'm your girl, Trees.
It's Nels.
And today we are jumping into our review. It is 90 Day the Other Way. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I almost forgot about this episode. Literally. You can ask Nels. We were moving on to the next week because, as y'all know, we've been a little bit behind, and we were moving on. And I said we missed a whole week on the other way. So, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I could have missed it. This was a very long and uninteresting episode. TLC, you got to do better. I'm just gonna tell you as a viewer. But let me know what y'all think. Drop down in the comments. But if you have not already, Shade Squad. Oh, did I say that it was season 6, episode 3 of The Other Way? But anyway, if you haven't already, Shade Squad, please make sure that you've hit that like button
and that subscribe button.
And y'all, let's get into it. Not much to get into, but let's get into it. Because what we do need to get into. We got to get into. But let's get shady. So unfortunately, I have been proven to be attracted once again to the F boys.
Well, 90 Day viewers probably don't know. Ready to Love viewers.
Well, yeah. So 90 Day viewers and Shade Squad, if y'all don't know, but if you watch all our other videos, y'all know I often talk about, or we watch these dating shows, and I'm always usually attracted to a certain type of personality, and I can take accountability. I know it. First step is admitting you have a problem. And as we know, I thought
I always Julio type.
I thought Julio was just the most handsome thing in the world. He's just, and in my opinion, he is turning out to be an F-boy. And here's why. So after he's taken, old girl around Times Square, I'm going to let you know, I would have felt some type of way. It's my first time in this country, and I get it. It's a touristy thing to do. But what you're not going to do is just take me to get $1 slice and then take me to bed. That's what we're not doing. Okay?
He took her out to eat. It looked like a cute little restaurant.
Did he? Because I thought
where they ended off the last episode, remember? They was in some like nice little restaurant or something. Maybe that was like hangover food or something. Maybe the $1 slice was like hangover food.
Okay, look at her caping for
and listen, I don't know where the hell they was, but I don't know where you can get $1 slice no more.
You can't even get a jumbo slice for $1. And for all my DC viewers, y'all know what I'm talking about. You can't get a jumbo slice for $1.
I want to know where the hell he's at, because it's a few dollars slice, but
right.
Where
last time I was in the city and I got up and wanted a slice
and
of
he's
pizza,
in Times Square.
It was an easy $5. Easy $5.
Times Square. Even cheese pizza. I don't know.
Yeah, we don't know where you was at. You was at the other New York. So basically it was, he finally reveals to Kirsten that he just told his mom, I believe they're walking around Central Park, and he's telling her that, well, she asked like, oh, what does your mom know about me? And he's like, nothing. I just told her about you like a few weeks ago. And she's like, so you came and lived 2 months with me and your mother knew nothing about me. And she's like, oh, so that's why when we was on the phone and I guess I was like wanting to say hi or whatever. And then you were like, oh, she doesn't look good right now or something like that, or she didn't want to be on camera. And I said, oh no, Julio, no. Because I think I said this last review and I said, he's playing with her. I said, the fact that he's doing all this supposedly and wanting to move and and he's not making a commitment. That's even, look, we'll get there. That's if he even goes. He's playing with her. That's just my opinion. So now, Kirsten obviously is upset that her mom knows nothing about him. And then obviously she wants him to break the news that he's leaving. And obviously she knows that he ain't really told his mom nothing about him leaving. So she's just not sure when they do tell her or when he brings it up, how she's going to take it. And if he's still even going to want to come over to the Netherlands to live with her and not completely just hurt his mom. And, so basically, he tells her, and this is what really got it for me. She said, I told all my family when we started dating. He says to her, well, I didn't even know if I could live with you. I didn't know until after we lived together. And once I realized I could live with you, but you still didn't tell nobody. You're playing in her face. I don't even know what to say, because I didn't think this couple had any problems. I thought he was a decent guy, and now I'm just like, wow.
She usually does. How does that song go? I always fall for your type. I can't think of how it goes.
I always fall for your type.
For your type. Yes, you do.
So basically Kirsten lets him know, look, you need to rip the Band-Aid off because you need to tell your mom, and I don't want her to have any issues with me because you've made this decision, because she's gonna be looking at me like, oh, so it's you're the problem.
Or because yes, like you said, I do believe he's playing in her face. He could really just be using her as a scapegoat, because he really wants to leave. He really wants to leave, move out the country. He's traveled all over the place, and he really likes the Netherlands. And she's the reason why I'm leaving, but not really. He really just wants to move and doesn't want to tell his mom, it's on me. I just want to move.
I think that's actually now that I think about it, again, because of the fact that he has not really committed to her yet, it gives me the vibe that he has other plans outside of her. And that's a great point. He might be using her as a scapegoat. I like that now. So we're going to move with that narrative. I like that. Now, Kirsten and Julio are driving up to Brentwood so she can meet his mom and his brothers. Now, she's only the second girl that he's introduced, and he hopes that they'd like her. He's also dreading telling them about his plans about moving on. He said he's nervous, and she wants to know why. And he tells her that he's worried because he's going to have to carry the conversation. He's not really sure what they're going to talk about. And he also has to tell his mom this news. So
it's like, I can start up the conversation. You just got stuff to tell her, sir.
Right. So she still feels a way that he doesn't want to say anything to his mother. And basically she's still worried if he's going to change his mind about coming to the Netherlands. And I guess this is what irritated me. And that's why I said I get it. I'm not going to sit here and act like I ain't never been stupid or naive for love, or I ain't still being stupid or naive. But, girl, after the first 2 times he reiterated that she knows nothing about you, we wouldn't be going to meet your parents.
For me,
after I learned that at my big age, we wouldn't be going to meet your mama no more. We need to regroup. I don't even know if we need to talk about you moving anymore at that point.
What did it for me was when she said, after, seeing your mom's reaction, you may not even want to move anymore. He's like, yeah, you're right.
That's it.
Say what?
That's it.
Say what? So you just thought I was going to come here. You was going to put it all on me. Yeah, she's the reason why I'm moving, and it's all her fault. And now I'm leaving. Don't be mad at me. I'm going to be mad at her. Boy, bye.
So then Kirsten finally gets to meet Julio's brothers and his mother, and his mom thinks she seems nice and she's pretty, but she knows nothing about where she comes from, which is valid. His mom is beautiful, by the way. It's an awkward meal because no one is talking, so Kirsten feels the silence. Phil, I'm sorry, let me not espo. Fills the silence by asking his mom what she heard about her. His mother says, I ain't really heard nothing about you.
Yeah.
And when I did ask who he was with when he was out there, he said you was a friend. I said, Mama gonna keep it real. She ain't gonna. You know what? I think I would be this.
She like I ain't gonna be the only one at this table with my feelings hurt. Boo.
Right. Well, not even that. I love my son, but when he gets to his good dating age, I'm not about to lie for you for these. You better tell him the truth. I'm not doing that for you. I don't want to be involved with nothing. You better let them know what's up. If you really, doing more than one or whatever.
He lying to both. He lying to mama and the girlfriend.
Right. So then Kirsten says that it wasn't her idea to be kept a secret. And his mother says he's dishonest. I said,
I know. I said,
shots fired. Okay.
Now that for me, when she said, and then the brothers basically said, yeah, she basically said he don't ever tell the truth. Okay, so this is not like this one situation type of thing.
That's another thing. I said, okay, so we got several red flags going on, girl. Why you ain't got your ass back on the plane to the Netherlands?
Because she's still finding it out. She's still figuring it out. She's still hearing. She's still learning. She's doing her.
I would have been right on my bike back across the ocean.
she's checking off her checklist right now.
Girl. So then Julio is clearly uncomfortable. He finally reveals that he applied for residency so that he can go live with her and is waiting on papers. He tells her that he's leaving or planning to leave in about 3 months. And even that plan is not solid. That's why I said and then we learn from old girl, he's canceled on her. So it's not even she realizes he's been doing this before. He is playing in her face. It makes me so, because Kirsten's so cute. I think she's
on her
adorable.
Before
she
because
seems like a sweet person.
He canceled on her before because he couldn't tell his mom it was because he wanted to go.
And then once he does,
he finally brought her in the picture, and it's because of her.
So his mom is like, trying to handle the news, and she's like, I just got to prepare myself. And then she just starts breaking down crying, and Kirsten's just sitting there awkwardly like, and this is what I didn't want.
Mm-hmm.
See, you know what? I'm not going to make you choose between me or your mama. I would have let you stay there with your mama, you consoling your mama. I would have called me an Uber, and I'd be like, we can talk later, but I think you know where this is going.
Mary is talking to Brandan. She says she's still upset because he told her that he wouldn't be sitting next to anyone on the plane. And then there he is sitting next to a girl.
It seems like the only time she's not upset is if she's with her guy friends or she's doing her little dance and her little intro. Other than that, she always seems upset. But go ahead. I mean, outside of her actually meeting him, but when I'm thinking about the previous episodes, how many times have we actually seen her be happy outside of those two situations? But go ahead.
She actually believes that she's valid in her feelings. She feels lied to. She feels, maybe she's just never been on a plane. She don't really know how to work. I don't know, but she feels like she's valid in how she feels. So basically, he's on a layover in Manila in a hotel room and calls to check up on her and make sure she ain't still mad. He explained to her that he was lucky to get an open seat on the next flight, but that's not always the case. And basically, if that don't happen, they're gonna have to deal with it. If he ends up sitting next to a girl, that's it. That's just what it's gonna be. And she says, okay, just don't talk to any girls. And he says, I don't have any reason to talk to anybody but you. So Mary says that she knows that she overreacted with Brandan, but she just can't help it because her ex cheated on her 10 times, and all 10 times she took his ass back. Girl, why are you making him pay for your dumb ass?
Right. What? Right. I was thinking that.
It's your dumb ass mistakes. So he basically told her she needed to chill out. And he's on her way there. Like, relax, okay? She said, with him coming there, it's getting scarier now that she's going to lose him. Apparently, she thinks on the way there, he might fall in love with somebody in the airport or on the flight, and then he going to turn around and be like, you know what? F it, I ain't going.
She really irritates my soul.
Let me tell you something.
What is it? She really makes my ass itch.
Listen, all he would have had to say, or I would have thought he would have said, was, outside of you, because when I tell you how much I care and love you, you clearly don't believe me. So let's talk about another investment that I made outside of this relationship. I have spent every last dime I have to build a house for us and for me to move there. Why am I going to do anything to lose that investment? Woman, you sound crazy. It's a house he ain't never even seen before.
Right.
So basically, she says that she's okay now. But if he loves her, then don't talk to any girls on the next flight. She'd be doing too much for me. So the next day, Mary helped her grandfather work on the farm. And, she's glad to be busy because she feels like this will make her day go by fast. She'll get to see her boo sooner. Her grandmother told her that she always heard them arguing. And, she's like, well,
that's normal.
Yeah.
That's the standard.
What's your point? That's normal. That's what couples do. Your grandparents don't look like they argue at all. So where do you think that's normal at? Basically, the grandmother just wants to meet Brandan in person, to know that she's safe. She also tells her when he gets there to just love each other and try not to fight. Her grandfather told her that if he really cares about you, he'll respect us. And we need to have a conversation with him to make sure that y'all don't do it. Mary says that they're not going to do it. Her grandfather says yes, because you got to ask permission to hold hands, to hug.
But they ain't even get to the kissing.
Child, they doing a little much. And she said that that's normal in Filipino culture.
I was going to say that's their tradition.
She also doesn't plan on having sex with him until, they get married. Now, she says she always respects her grandparents, but she's worried about telling him because they can't do anything without permission. So poor Brandan, he don't even know the rules. He don't even know what he walking into. This is what I'm talking about, Mary.
And she ain't gonna tell him.
No, she ain't. So Mary's on her way to the airport, and it's a 3-hour drive from her house. Okay, that would have been, how on some of these shows they'll go to the airport, stay the night in a hotel there, and then come back the next day. That's what that needed to be. So what I ain't about to do is
insane to me. We'll get there. I
ain't about to be traveling for days and be in a car for 3 hours too. So her grandfather told her brother to go with her to make sure she stays safe. Mary says she's super excited and she just can't wait to get a hug for real this time. She ain't even meet him yet. She ain't even see him yet. And she already defied her grandparents. So her brother reminded her that grandfather said you're not allowed. And if you do, you'll be breaking the tradition of our ancestors. She says she's nervous to break the rules, but she wants this moment for herself.
Sometimes you got to do it.
So F what you said. Now, her older brother basically says that, he understands with the long distance, she may want to hug, especially after being in a relationship for 2 years. And he basically tells her, it's up to you if that's what you want to do. But apparently he's a rule breaker too. He had kids out of wedlock, which brought shame to their family. And now her grandfather didn't talk to her brother for an entire year.
Right.
So he tells her, yes, you can do it. You can have a hug, but absolutely no kiss. And if he tries to kiss you, make sure it's just on the cheek. And maybe she forgot that. So he finally landed and she, made it to the airport. They're both super nervous and super anxious. She says she wants her first kiss to be with her forever person. So she's hoping that their love is even more real in person. Brandan finally comes out the airport and Mary just starts sobbing. She don't even let this man walk around the gate.
She jumped over the gate.
Well, she ain't jump over the gate.
She said, pick me up. She said, yeah.
She stood up on the gate. And she gave him a hug and a kiss and basically said, F her grandfather's rules. I mean, constantly kept on kissing this man, just constantly. And she said, you know, when she finally saw him, she was overwhelmed. So she didn't care about what her brother and grandfather told her about kissing. She wanted to do, and she wanted to do what she wanted to do, and she needed that.
And then continued to kiss him the whole 3 hours home.
Do they have plans? Do they have plans to get married anytime soon?
I didn't hear that.
Oh, okay, because it's giving she gonna be out of wedlock also.
Right.
Now she says she's excited that her first kiss was with Brandan, but it was awkward because she don't
so
know how
hold
to kiss
on. The boyfriend had cheated on her the 10 times. She never kissed him.
That's what she said.
Okay.
That's what she said. But she lied a lot. She be turning off her.
I was gonna say we know she lied. We know she lied.
So, you know, talking about she don't know how to kiss, but Brandan says she a good kisser. She got practice from someone. Maybe he'll put her on blast. Maybe the ex will put her on blast. She finally let him walk around the gate. She could not let this man go. He couldn't even hardly get acquainted with her brother. But he did say it's awkward because, you know, they didn't even ask for permission, and feels like this could cause a problem for Brandan. Brandan says it takes a lot of weight off his shoulders to finally be able to put their phones away. I said, oh my goodness, could you imagine? And he's looking forward to better days.
What it was for me was her watching him walk through the airport to her. You can't let that, I don't know, maybe.
Oh, on the phone. You mean on the phone?
Yeah. You mean like maybe you think he gonna see in the bathroom or at the airport bar? I don't know. But I gotta go through customs. Like I gotta do things. I probably shouldn't be holding my phone. I should be focused on getting through here and getting to you. And I'm sitting on the phone with you. She really makes my ass itch, but go ahead.
He lucky the phone even worked.
Right. Okay.
She would have really lost it. So while they're in the car, they're literally kissing the entire time.
The whole 3 hours.
Literally whatever.
Remember, Nels told us 3 hours.
Whatever her grandparents told her literally went in one ear and out the other. At this
if
point,
they could have done it in the back of the car, they would.
Probably. Her brother even decided to intervene at this time and told her that she was being naughty. And he asked Brandan, is that okay in the US? What this behavior? Brandan said, yeah. He was like, well, not here in the Philippines. It's not okay because it's against our ancestors' beliefs. And he tells him that he has to ask for blessing to do that. So Brandan asked him for his permission. And he said, well, it's okay with me, but you need to ask my grandparents. And Brandan says that, you know, he understands and he'll ask for permission first. He said he had no idea that this was a rule, but he thinks it's absurd, but he's going to respect their culture. He just wished Mary would have told him something ahead of time.
But we all know she likes to withhold information and lie.
So he's nervous to see the house because he's been spending all his money and he just wants it to be perfect. So he finally arrives to the house and says that Mary taught him the proper way to greet her grandparents, which he did, but then gave him a hug, which I don't think he realized was improper because they was looking at him kind of crazy. It was super awkward. But the grandfather really, grandfathers like skip all the small talk. So what happened when y'all first saw each other?
Right.
And Mary, at this point, she don't know what to do. And Brandan just found out that this was against the rules. So of course, that's where they ended it. So we got to see if he gonna take this L or he gonna, lie for her.
Do you think he should take the L and just keep it honest?
I think he should lie.
But they gonna see it on TV. I mean, they might see it on TV at a certain point. on their phones or something. They may.
You already said she already knocked up. So don't mess up the first initial meeting.
Well, you know what I thought about? I said maybe
You know
maybe the reason why they don't care is because she knows he paid for that house. So
no, they do care. But my thing is, if I was Brandon, I wouldn't care because I'm paying for the house and y'all staying in my house because y'all don't got one to go to. But maybe I understand he don't.
But I understand that I was thinking their culture is not like ours. So it'd be like, oh, mama, you want to be disrespectful, you can get out my house. I don't think other cultures are like that.
So what you just saying, gonna talk to me in my own house?
Yeah, you just gonna talk. I really think that's how other cultures work. You can't, like, imagine Rishi.
You're gonna be mad at me in my own shit.
Matter of fact, imagine
I ain't gotta deal
TJ.
with it.
Imagine TJ if he paid for the house, putting his mama and daddy out the house because they talking.
I think they would be so appreciative that he paid for the damn house. He living with his damn parents. It's a total. You living with your parents, but you took out a loan to buy your wife a damn apartment, to build an apartment that she don't even appreciate. Versus me buying my wife a house and bringing your grandparents into it, and they wanna shit talk me.
Well, they didn't talk him, but I'm just saying they may have.
I bet you they would. They would if they knew that he was in the damn airport.
And then what he gonna do? They gonna say get the stepping.
Who gonna say get the stepping?
Get the grandparents. They gonna say get the stepping.
Where am I gonna get the stepping if this is my shit?
I don't think it works like that in other cultures. I understand what you're saying because we're American, but I don't think it works like that in other cultures. I don't.
Guess what? Guess what?
Shade Squad. Anybody that's international, I actually got a comment today. Shout out. And it was in a different language and I had to translate it. But look, I told Nels we were worldwide. But anyway, drop down in the comments anybody that may know from the Shade Squad, but I just don't think it works like that. So we are now jumping into Kimberly and TJ. Now, Kimberly is preparing for her move to India and says that her spirit guides have advised her to, calm down. She's a little nervous. She's about to leave, get married, don't really have no idea what's going on with the wedding. And, she wants a little bit more control. But she understands it's a little bit of a cultural difference. And, over there, family have a lot more to do with the preparation. So, but she's also stressed about this new apartment. So her dad is taking her to the airport and, it's like, oh, you ready? And she's like, well, last time I was in India, I wanted to leave. I said, so why are we going again? But okay. And then he reminds her that, things aren't going to be easy and they are going to face some issues. And she isn't looking forward to living with his family and questions if they argue, is she going to end up arguing with his whole family, basically? And I was kind of like, yeah, that's not cute. That's not cute. Another reason for me to say, why are we going again? So, but she's in love. Dad tries to reassure her that he believes he'll take care of her, but she tells him that she feels him taking care of her is more important than just money. And he needs to take care of her emotionally as well. And we all know that she feels like he doesn't listen to her because he doesn't. So her dad is hopeful that he will, but knows they still have a lot to work through. So Kimberly finally arrives in India and is excited to see her boo. And TJ is also excited to see her. He says he loves the way she looks at him. Now, his family is concerned about how Kimberly is going to adapt to being an Indian wife. And he thinks she will adapt because she loves him so much. Love will keep us together. That is one of those. Now, they both are very happy once they finally see each other. She wants to kiss him, but in India, you're not supposed to display PDA. She tells production she's concerned about the wedding and the fact that she has no control. And then TJ, after she sits down, sits down with the family, they get to the family house, and she presents them with gifts, and they're just like, oh, this is what you brought back? That's the vibe that I got. The dad
actually seemed like he wanted the massager gift, the massager.
Right.
He seemed like
he was looking at the bros courts and he was like, what am I supposed to do with this?
He's like, I'll be out here laying on this damn floor. I'm the one that needs the massager.
Right. So basically he takes her to the new apartment. She's concerned because apparently, oh, and by the way, did I mention that all his family sleep in one room?
Well, except for the daddy.
I think that's important when we discuss that, because let's not, besmirchify her, right? I mean, I love people, but sleeping he sleeps in a room with his mama and his brother on the floor. And I understand it ain't nothing about being on the floor, it's being all in the room together. What happened to you?
Did I turn off my camera?
Yeah, you did.
My bad.
Okay. But I don't know what it is about, like, yeah, they all in the room together. But
oh wait, the mom and the brothers are on the floor too?
the mom, the brother, and him are on the floor. They only have one room. They all sleep on the floor.
I know it was one room. I thought they were on the bed and the dad was on the floor. They're all on
No,
the floor?
the dad is just in the floor in the front room. That's why I made that remark earlier in the episode, because
I know he's on the floor. I didn't know the mom and the brothers were on the floor in the back.
Yeah, he said I sleep with me, my brother, and my mom. We all sleep in the same room. And him and his brother, I mean, I didn't see the mom. Maybe she has a bed, but the brothers
No. They all sleep together. I just thought they all slept together in a bed. I didn't know they slept on the floor as well.
Yeah, they sleep on the floor.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah. Is that what they're expecting?
Yeah, they are expecting her to adapt and he's like, if you love people enough, you can be 12 people in a small room, and it should just, because you love each other.
I don't love nobody that much.
Amen to that, sister. So now they go to this apartment, and I just want to say
that can't do a compound type of deal. I can understand doing compound, like where all your families live in the same land but different houses, but not all in the same house.
They gotta be together. So basically she gets to this apartment and she is absolutely horrified. Now, I'm gonna be honest, Shade Squad, I know some of y'all may disagree with me, and that's okay. I like a good tussle every now and then, right? I think if you saw the scene, and you should probably really go back and watch it, even if you fast forward it. I don't even know what I think, because I'm on the fence. I think that she's right, but I'm not the type, like, when I'm grateful, I'm grateful. So I try not to like nitpick. And a part of me felt like she was nitpicking. And I think that TJ felt the same way. However, I know for somebody who like Nels, who likes what she like and how she like it, and if I asked you for it to be like this and that's not what I got, no, I'm not going to pacify you and make you think. Am I wrong?
I'm going to say this. I would have let it known that this isn't what I asked for, but I also wouldn't have taken it that far. I would have still showed appreciation.
Okay. There we go. I think we're getting to the same place. That's what I'm saying. Because that's why I said I'm on the fence, because I understood what she was saying. Because it's like, oh, so you just hired some rinky dink mofos to come in here to door heights.
But he's also the only one paying for it.
Right.
He's also the only one paying for it. He took out a loan to pay for it. And it's a $7,000 loan. I don't know how far that gets you there as far as building an entire apartment above your house. Right. But what he's saying was, and I actually felt where he was coming from too. He's like, I didn't get contractors like from New York or something. Right. These are people that I had to get within my budget, and they did it in 2 months. So I'm grateful for what they did. He's like, so what I'm thinking is maybe he got like people that he knows that maybe are not like super professionals or whatever. Yeah,
he said they're from like rural like communities, and so they probably
that helped him out helping him with the money that he had to get it done, which changes a lot. Right. That changes everything, because if you are hiring like a credible company and you're telling them this is the floor plan that I want, this is how I want it, I don't give a damn about your cultural construction.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, but what about the structural? What is the structural design is different in every country.
If I'm paying a company, that means I want you to knock all this shit down and do it the way I want to do it. But I'm also paying the money to get it done. But when you are working with people who cannot knock stuff down, probably can't get permits and stuff like that, they're working with what they have.
Right.
They have to work around how the place is built. And if the place is built where you can't put a door in certain areas, or it can't be leveled the same way, or whatever the hell, what the hell do you expect to be done? I feel like maybe that could have been a conversation even before she got over there.
But she's tried to, I think her frustration, and this is why I say I'm on the fence, because I've voiced what I've wanted to you. We've talked about this. I've made certain, but you did what you wanted to, or because you're paying for it, you said my opinion.
No, what I'm saying is, I think what he could have done is voice the fact that we have a different cultural construction build out here than what you're used to. So I'm not going to be able to get everything that you're asking for. I will try my best, and I'll ask them to do what you want. But the way things are built there in the US is not the way things are built here. Like she mentioned, the sink is outside of the bathroom. That may be a normal thing for them there. Maybe the pipes, that, like I'm saying, you're not paying a company. Maybe they have to go where the pipeline runs.
No, I agree with you. Yeah, if he could explain it, I understand what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like that could have been a conversation before she got there. Had he said, you know what, I understand everything that you want. One, we're working with a budget. And like I said, I don't know if the budget is big or small for there. For here, that ain't gonna get you nothing. You ain't gonna be able to build nothing with $7,000. But damn sure not a whole apartment. Okay, so he was able to do that in 2 months with $7,000. Okay, what I think he should have said was, this is the budget that we got. This is what we got to work with. And we also, our cultural construction is different than it is there. So I'm going to tell them everything that you want, but not everything is going to be as you want it. The only thing that I did agree with her on is that window. The window with the toilet, like, we need to put something there. Can we get a sliding door? If you can't put a regular, I don't know what the hell that was about. But
well, no, I don't know. It was the open air for me. I'm gonna need some glass in the windows.
I'm gonna need for nobody to be able to see my ass on a toilet.
Well, that too, but
can we get a door or something? Something.
I'm surprised. You're usually so free.
I'm free inside my house for people I want to see it, not for people that can just walk past and see it and get a free peep show. No. On the way to the house, Wayne is explaining to Holly and her mother that he's done some changes to the house, and he's upped his security. Now, Mama, she looking real nervous. She's sitting in the back of the car. She's like, what the hell? Where the hell are we? She's like, what's that over there?
Right.
Apparently that's where the squatters live. And she says she feels really, really bad for them, but she don't want them running up in their house.
Okay.
So Wayne is showing them around the house, showing them where they'll be sleeping, and explains that they'll be sleeping in different bedrooms because they're Jehovah's Witness, and that's the way that they were raised. And he didn't want to stray away from that because it's hard to be good. Apparently it is, because all he's been talking about. All he's been talking about is sex for the past few episodes.
Basically, what they let us know is that if Holly's mom wasn't there, they would be smashing.
Basically.
They can't control themselves.
They need supervision.
Yes.
Now he explained to her about load shedding, where they shut off the power so they don't overload the system, and it can go as long as 8 hours. So that's like 8 hours with no AC, no internet, no TV, no nothing. What? No hot water.
I didn't even think about that. The no power for 8 hours. I stay on my electronics too often and too much to go through that. But so I wouldn't be able to do that. But what I'm not going to be able to do, and this is, please, no offense to anyone that may live over there and be watching. We appreciate your view. I only need to get robbed about once. I ain't gonna keep getting robbed. I ain't gonna keep living my life in fear, and I'm in the dark. Oh, hell no. We got to fix something. We got to fix something. I'm sorry. That's just me. And again, I'm an American. I got my all the with me and
Yeah,
protection.
I'm
And
wondering.
even then, when you got the security systems and the rings, motherfucker still break in your house. But guess what? I wouldn't be living him no more for them to come back.
I'm wondering if this is like something he's used to, like he's dealt with this like all his life or something.
No, I told you the dude, what's the boy name? That was with Tiffany.
Yeah, the one from the other season.
Yeah, Ronald was said the same thing. They're accustomed to it. They're used to it. That's not when you know what I mean? So when you grow up like that or like in that environment, it's like, oh, it happens. Like, oh yeah, like we say, like, oh, crime happens.
I wonder, is it okay to like defend yourself when they run up in your house?
I don't know if they have the pow laws like they have over here.
Because what you ain't about to do to keep on coming to my same damn
yeah.
over and over again. Well, he lets her know basically during this time is when all the crime happens because ain't no lights, ain't no power, no security works, no nothing. So apparently they come in through the garage. That's how they break in. And he has made a pepper spray system in a pipe.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I was like, Wayne, once you get a patent on that, call me. Cause you know what? I always be worried about that garage. So I appreciate that. Well, Wayne, once you get the patent, holla at me.
It made me think about Home Alone. That looked like some rinky dink. Some shit he put up with zip ties.
Kevin!
And some people, I mean, literally, I don't know about over there, but here, a lot of people go through pepper spray training. Pepper spray don't bother them.
That's
they
true.
Eat
That's
for
true.
breakfast. So your security is pepper spray. No, sir, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work for me, at least. So then he takes them around back to show that he's fixed the pool, and immediately Holly gets emotional. Apparently they unalived his dog Stormy. Apparently it was during the third break-in, and he felt like this person might have been the same person. It seemed like that was just trying to prove a point. So you come here taking my stuff and unaliving my dog, trying to prove, like, well, sir, you got what you wanted.
And I'm still here.
Why you gotta take my dog too?
Look, and I'm still here waiting for you to come back for the fourth time.
Now, he says he completely understands why she got upset because last time she was there, she fell in love with the dogs. They had a bond. So they go back inside, and he explained that even in gated communities, with burglar bars, people have electric fences, people still get robbed.
But I'm sure it's not as often.
Yeah. He's just trying to figure out how he's going to make the mom feel safe, because if she don't feel safe, basically she gonna want Holly to leave. So right. You need to make them both feel safe because Holly gonna want to leave anyway. Now her mom said that she's not sure if she gonna feel safe there, and she don't know if she gonna want to leave Holly there. So basically, you got the right thinking, homeboy. So basically, the next morning in South Africa, basically Holly is super excited. She says that it's a little different because her mom is there. The first time she came, they didn't have a chaperone, but she said they wasn't. She said for all she knew, they were just gonna be friends. But now they in love, so now they want to get down with the get down. She says it does feel weird at their age to have a chaperone. Now Wayne made breakfast for her mom, and she's happy that her daughter. She's like, I'm glad she won't starve around you. At least you, child, all he made was eggs. Everybody can fry egg. I don't know.
That is true.
So the mom is relaxing. She said basically she was like, I ain't about to do nothing. I'm here to relax. I've been, traveling all day for 3 days. Okay. And he was like, one of these days, maybe I can come in and join y'all for a threesome. She said, you mean movie night?
Right.
Look, homegirl Holly is like, okay, you ain't getting nothing from me. Now you ready to get down with my mama? Sir, really? He said he might have to sleep her sleep. He might have to stick. All he think about is sex. Oh my God. He said he may have to slip her a sleeping pill so he can sneak into her room and try to get some.
No,
Get
it wasn't
married?
about sex. He said he just wants to lay next to her and hold.
Out of all these times he was talking about sex, you think he really just want to cuddle?
I think, well, you know what? Look, maybe it's good that the mom is there because Wayne could get the cookie and Holly out here, I'm unsafe. He'd be like, all right, but go back home. I got what I wanted.
Oh my God. So her mom told him that she wants to get to know the real him and the dynamic that he's going to have with Holly to put her mind at ease while she's gone. Now, he says they're going to be together forever and he's going to take care of her. So it don't sound like he really got it like that to take care of her. But anyways, her mom said she's worried about her safety and maybe they need to, look into one of those gated communities because she would feel better if they moved there. And he said the gated communities are super expensive and he's worried that she may realize that he can't afford to move into one of those gated communities and regret coming to South Africa. But he told him, we'll see. Listen, you better tell that girl you can't afford it. So I guess, so he's just supposed to be taking care of her while she's out there. Holly ain't gonna work.
I don't know. That's a great question. I didn't think about that.
But he said he'll take care of her.
Well, maybe she'll go out there and cut hair. I don't know. She out here with the clippers,
So I know us, we don't let people do our hair until we see their hair. And looking at her hair, I wouldn't want her to do my hair.
I didn't even plan for this shady moment, and I was just.
I didn't think that was shady.
That's very shady. It's
okay.
It's who you are. Now, Kenny and Armando are taking Hannah to visit this private school. Kenny's hoping that this is going to be Hannah's going to be his saving grace in this matter. And if she likes the school, maybe Armando will get on board. So they go to the school. School's cute as hell. And Hannah seems to really be liking it. And even Armando, who says that number one for him is her education. So he does like the school, like the fact that she's both learning English and Spanish, and has a little bit more extracurricular activities. And then as Hannah's like, doing her thing, him and Armando have a conversation. I'm sorry, Armando and Kenny have a conversation. And then Kenny's like, oh, so, you see Hannah likes the joint. That's why I love the kids. Kenny love the kids. You know what I'm saying? He's like, look how childlike, she's so optimistic about things, And he's like, well, no, that's the problem. You think basically he said, you think like a child.
He was like, she's thinking like a child, and so are you.
And I said, sassy, okay.
Well,
and my whole thing was, I don't know who this new Armando is, but basically
he tell you who he is,
right? But basically to break it down for y'all and wrap it up in a nice little shady bow, like I like to do. Basically, the it is Armando and Kenny are going through it because obviously we knew Kenny's the older one. So he's always been in charge, always kind of made the decisions. Only thing I didn't like about the conversation, because they both can admit that they're struggling right now in their relationship, because now Armando is trying to stand up for himself and speak up more, which is what Kenny encouraged him to do. However, I don't think you need to be condescending to me. I also don't think you need to forget who holds your bag. Okay. Or who gave up, even though I was the one with more control, more money, and all these other things, gave up more than you to come be with you and take care of your daughter. So, as I said, wrapped it up in a nice shady little bow. That was Kenny and Armando. Anything to add? So y'all, like I said, it was a blah kind of episode. So we tried to give you a little bit more of our opinions on it. But we appreciate you joining us and appreciate the, forgiving our tardiness. Because like I said, we almost forgot about it. But if you haven't already, Shade Squad, new viewers, please make sure that you hit that like button.
You comment.
You subscribe.
And you hit the notification bell.
And make sure you're following us on all the platforms, the TikTok, the Twitter, the Facebook, and the IG. And we will catch you in a couple days, actually, now that I think about it, because there was just one that came out yesterday. But yeah, because again, we forgot about it. But we'll catch y'all in a few days with a new review of The Other Way. Y'all have a great night. Bye-bye.
Good night.